Okay, I would like to show to everybody how to make a plate for Tubeshvat, for the Chag Tubeshvat, which is the New Year of the trees. And here I have a really beautiful plate, two plates actually, that I've just received from Kochi, who lives in Israel, born in Israel. And I was just so touched by this plate that I decided to show it. And the reason I did is because usually I buy dried fruits in a box, and it's just you buy it in a store in a box like this. I'm gonna show you, and it's just kind of like, it's not that it's boring, but it's a little bit boring because everything is done for you, and that means you don't feel the affection and the love that goes into putting it when you get a plate that somebody has assembled and put together by themselves. So here I received this beautiful plate, and I just thought this could be a great idea if somebody wants to give something special to somebody on Tubeshvat. This is really what you should do. You should buy a lovely plate, lovely color that you like. This one is green plastic. Place a blue or any other color napkin, and then just choose any kind of dried fruits and any kind of sweets and goodies. Wrap it up with a paper wrap like this one is. Place a little note on it. This one says Yaniv Chag Sameach, and then give it to the person, and you will definitely make their Tubeshvat very special and happy one. So now we can talk about what is actually on the plate really quickly. You can be as creative as you want, and you can put on the plate pretty much whatever you think you like. But generally you should include dried fruit because it is the birthday of the trees. And so 90% of the things you will find on the plate are fruits from the tree. You will find tamarim, which are dates, the tenim, which are figs, different kinds of nuts like pecans or almonds, shazif, which are plums, dried plums, the coconut, which is of course from a tree, and then we have the fruit of the wine or the raisins, which is called tzimukim in Hebrew. We've got the pineapple, and we've got the carob, which is from the carob tree. In Hebrew it's called charuf. And then my favorite, we've got the camel skin, which really looks like the skin of the camel. Now, don't think that this really is a camel. It just is called as camel skin because it looks exactly like a camel. And camel is a very, very special animal. You see it often when you go down to the Dead Sea, to En-Gedi. And if you see one, the color of his skin will probably look like this. So, and I love camels, so this is my favorite part of the different things you can find on the plate. There are 7 fruits which are mentioned in the Bible for which the land of Israel is praised, and 2 of them are wheat and barley. So there really isn't anything here that looks like wheat and barley, but I assume that there is a little bit of wheat in this cracker. Okay, so, and I'm just looking to see if I'm right. And yeah, I think there is a little bit of wheat in it. Okay, so you basically want to include as many things as the land of Israel is praised for, as many fruits, such as the tzimukim, which is the raisins, also known as the anavim, grapes. The tenim are one of the 7 fruits. The tamarim are one of the 7 fruits. And also rimonim, which is pomegranates, which we don't have here. And which other ones? Wheat and barley I mentioned, and olives. Okay, so we don't have olives here, but majority of what is here on this plate comes from the tree. And we've got also the mishmash, which is the apricot, and we've got the orange, the tapuz, and then we've got some other little goodies like the egg. So there's all kinds of assorted things. Everything is really sweet and delicious and colorful, and you want to eat it with your friends, with your family, or by yourself even, and just remember to thank God for all the fruits of the trees and of the ground that He has created, and in giving us so many good things to eat, and for renewing the earth every year. Every year the trees, they start to grow again and again. We also celebrate Tubeshvat by planting a tree. So if you can plant a tree, that's another great way to celebrate Tubeshvat, and that way you will know how old the tree is, because every Tubeshvat you'll be able to celebrate the birthday of the tree. Now, one last part to mention: before you eat of the fruit, you need to say a blessing. You need to say the traditional Jewish blessing. There's two kinds of blessing. One is for fruit that comes from a tree, like the tamarim, the dates, like the te'anim, which are the figs. Okay, so you would say Baruch Ata Hashem Elokeinu Melech Haolam Boreh Peri Ha'etz, and then you can eat it. And if you are blessing something that comes from the ground, which I think the pineapple comes from the ground, and the dried banana, also we say the blessing for a fruit that comes from the ground, then you can say Boreh Peri Ha'adama. Adama is the ground. So those are the different kinds of blessings that you can say. And then if you are eating something that has wheat or barley, you need to say the blessing that ends with the words Boreh Mine Mezunot. And then if you're eating something like the egg, like the chocolate egg, then you are going to say a blessing which at the end the words are She'akol Niyeh Bidbaro, by whose word everything came to be. So these are some of the blessings that we say before we eat these special fruits. And once again, I should share with you my favorite fruit. I pretty much love everything on this plate, but this is my favorite, the camel skin. I love coconut. I also love the haruf, and I love tamarim and te'anim, of course. And I should mention that the haruf is something very unique, because it's got like these little seeds in it that look like watermelon seeds. They're very hard, and you don't want to eat them. So when you eat this fruit, you need to eat it, I'm just gonna show you. I'm gonna turn it around so you can see me. You need to eat it from the sides, like this. This is, and basically it tastes like honey. It's really delicious and sweet. And you kind of eat it bits and pieces. I usually eat it very slowly. And then at some point you hit the hard part. Oops, the seed fell out. That was the seed. So basically, you either take it out of your mouth and you don't eat it, or it falls out like it did in my case. And then you continue eating. If it feels a bit sharp or something like that, you don't need to eat that part. You basically want it to be nice and kind of juicy, and you just want to feel the honey from this. And yeah, you don't have to eat all of it. You kind of have to pick out which part you like. Like for example here, and if it's eating it, and here is like the little leftovers that you see from the scarab, because there's some hard parts that you can't really eat, so you don't want to, scratch your throat or something, because you want to eat all of the haruf. So I'm just gonna summarize. I also want to show you how to eat the camel skin. The camel skin is covered with paper, which you need to unwrap. I'm not gonna do that right now. I'm gonna take a bite from the edges. It's got a lemon, soury, sweet taste, which I absolutely love. It's amazing. You can sort of lick it like a lollipop, because it's got such a lemony taste, and just enjoy it as much as you can. The other thing I love doing is looking at my plate, trying to make personal application. Why did the person put these things on my plate? what does it symbolize? What do these fruits symbolize into my life? For example, the first thing that I saw when I saw this plate was the eggs. So right away I was trying to make some kind of a interpretation. What kind of, why were eggs placed into my plate? And eggs are a sign of life. So what does that symbolize? You know, te'enim comes from the word le'enot, which means to enjoy. So that symbolizes to me a lot of joy. So I'm just thinking, what kind of meaning do these fruits have as I'm eating them? And how is that going to impact the year for me? So this is really important. This is another thing that I do. I kind of spiritualize it really into eating this plate. This is not just a plate that we eat every day. We eat it one time in a year. So I really think about it, spiritualize it, and really appreciate when somebody gives to me this kind of a special gift that is handmade, not placed in a box from a store like I bought today, but really taken, you know, so it's nice to give it to somebody. So if you want to celebrate Tubeshvat, besides planting a tree, you can buy a plate, buy a lovely napkin to go with it, and put some fruits on it, wrap it up with a paper, put a name tag on it, and give it to the person that you want to make them happy. And I hope this video was very helpful to everybody, and that you have a Chag Sameach.